Hello, Navigator parents. This is Todd Sear in the counseling office, and I want to welcome you to our second cast off with the counselors for the year. If you are new to this is our monthly or bi monthly information session where we share important info for you and your kiddos and provide you with some reminders. And also, following this presentation, we will have a live Q&A where you can bring your questions and we will answer them in a Google Meet. So we did one last September, didn't have a Q&A, but this time around we will have a Q&A. So welcome. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. So what I'm going to discuss with you today, I'm going to talk about grading. I'm going to explain the difference between quarter grades and semester grades. I'm going to explain what our role is in grading, that being the counselor's role. Um, I'm going to go over the new policies for changing teachers in the student schedule. I'm going to introduce you to the 5-star student reward system that just started recently in our school. And I'm going to finish up with some information on magnet applications. Oh, I'm not going to finish up with magnet applications. I'm going to finish it up with dates to remember. Okay, let's get started with grading. So there is a difference between quarter grades and semester grades. And here's the breakdown. The school year is made up of 4 quarters. Um, 2 quarters together equals a semester. So quarter 1 plus quarter 2 equals semester 1. Quarter 3 plus quarter 4 equals semester 2. So there are 4 quarters, 2 semesters. Quarter 1 grades factor into semester 1 grades. Quarter 1 grades do not factor into quarter 3 or quarter 4 or semester 2. Okay? Um, what do you see on the transcript? Well, you do not see quarter grades on a transcript. Okay, somebody looking at a transcript, for instance, a magnet high school that's looking at a transcript, or if we're going into the future, a college or scholarship organization does not see quarter grades on the transcript. What you see on the transcript is the semester grade. Okay. And for your information, our second semester starts on the 3rd of January, 2023. Seems like a long time from now, but I guarantee it's going to be here before we know it. You need to know that quarter grades and semester grades are updated in real time on Infinite Campus. So if your child is telling you, yeah, let's look at Canvas to see my grades. We don't recommend that you look at grades through Canvas. We recommend that you view grades through Infinite Campus. Canvas is not always updated. So the district program for viewing grades is Infinite Campus. Now, let's talk about our role, the counselors. So there are several things that we cannot do as counselors. We do not have control over the standards for grading. That is a school decision. It is made by the administrators with input from teachers, not necessarily input from us because we don't have classrooms. Um, and honestly, grading standards come from the district, not from the school. And again, our input is not included in that. Um, we sometimes get requests from parents. Can you please tell this teacher to change this grade? We can't do that. We can't do that. We don't have that kind of power. So that is one of the things we can't do. Another thing we can't do, unfortunately, we can't explain teachers' grading procedures like this assignment is worth this many points, and you know we can read that off of Infinite Campus, but we can't explain it. Really, that needs to come from the teachers. So if you have a question on a grading procedure, we highly recommend that you get in touch with the teacher. What can we do? Well, we can share your grading concerns with the teachers or the administrators. We can let them know that you have questions. Again, we can't answer them. but we can inform the teachers or the administrators. So basically, all grading questions should be directed to the teachers or the administrators. If you have approached the teacher or contacted the teacher about a grade and have not gotten a satisfactory response, you can come to us and then we will refer you to an administrator. So that's the process. Okay. Teacher changes. Now, in the past, as in last year and in previous years, um, it was not out of the ordinary for a parent to email one of us, request a teacher change, and have it granted. We have a new administration now at LEAD, so that process is changing. Let me explain. So, per our new administration, we are not going to simply move students from one teacher to another based on a parent email. There must be a parent teacher conference. The administrator must be present, the teacher must be present. We are going to try our best to resolve any issues within the classroom with the teacher present without moving a student. Moving a student does not always solve the problem. Sometimes it just takes a conversation, and that's our goal, is to try to institute, well, that's our administrator's goal, is to get that conversation going. So you can get in touch with us to request a teacher change, but you have to understand that we're going to forward it to the correct administrator. Now, we will happily set up a conference for you. We will make sure that the appropriate administrator is present. We'll let the teacher know, but we cannot change a teacher unless we hear from an administrator first. So the bottom line is, we want teacher changes to be a last resort. We want to try to resolve any issues without a teacher change. But we understand that sometimes a conversation is not going to resolve the issue. And in that case, we do honor teacher change requests. However, that has to come from an administrator. Okay. Let me tell you about the 5-star student system. Your students may have told you, your kids may have told you about this. This is our new reward system where students earn points. So here, let me explain everything that's on the screen. I'm going to try to break it down for you. So 5-star is an app. Okay, we have the apps on our phones. We, the staff members, students have the app on their Chromebooks. It was loaded up when we started the program, which was a couple weeks ago. So they don't have to download anything new. Anyway, here's how it works. We award points to students who are following the LEAD way, and your kiddos should be able to tell you what the LEAD way is. But basically, if we catch them doing things they're supposed to do or going above and beyond, we can zap their IDs with our phones. So we ask that students are wearing their IDs attached to their lanyards. Now, this is a standard at LEAD, but it's especially important if the students want to earn those points, because that's the only way we can award points, is to scan their IDs with our phones. So when we scan the IDs, students are awarded points. They save up those points and they can exchange those points for prizes. If you have your child take you to the 5-star students app on their Chromebook, you should be able to see the prizes that are available. Off the top of my head, I know that I think there's soccer balls and footballs. There's also candy. Shadow the principal for a day. That's one of the bigger awards. As an example, we had our Student of the Month assembly, I think it was last week, and we had a handful of students in each grade level that were sitting in the VIP section at the assembly. Those students were given VIP status based on their 5-star points. So they earned enough points to be recognized as VIPs. And what that meant was they had their own section at the assembly where they had the best seats in the house. They were able to eat popcorn and drink some water, which nobody else is allowed to do during an assembly. And for this last assembly, we had all sorts of games going on for the kids. The students that participated in the games were chosen from the VIP section. So it's a wonderful opportunity for students to get involved. Um, in addition, we have had Redemption Thursdays. So every Thursday, students will be identified who have earned a certain amount of points, excuse me, and they will be brought to the office and given a prize. Last week's prize was a bag of popcorn. I can't tell you what the next prize is going to be. I think they're going to try to change it up. Now, in addition, um, we will have pop up stores that will offer students prizes for redemption. I don't know what those prizes are going to be. Now, I want to clear something up because when the program was rolled out, we were under the impression that students were under the impression that they would be able to exchange their points at the student store for specific items. Um, that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. What I have been told is that certain items from the student store will be available in other places, such as a pop up store. So, you know, Takis are really popular in the student store. I would imagine that Takis will be available in a pop up store. So please tell your kids they won't be able to exchange their points for prizes at the student store. Um, so I wanted to clear up that misconception. Apologies for the confusion. All right, let's talk about something really important: magnet applications. So, first and foremost, if you were not aware, the magnet applications are open. It took a month of delays, but they did open just this past month. It was right around October 11th or 12th, I think, is when they opened. So, if you need or you're if you need to apply to a magnet school for your child, you go to magnet.ccsd.net. Now, this is the same website that you went to get your child into LEAD. So it might be familiar to you. Either way, you need a username and a password. Okay. The process is that you can have your child apply, or you can apply to 3 different programs for your child. So it can be 3 programs at the same school. It could be, well, this is for the high school, for the high school. Um, 3 different programs at the same school, 2 programs at one school, 1 program at another school. A student could also apply to 2 programs. Don't have to apply to 3, but that's the max. Um, you are asked to apply in order of preference. So your child needs to make a first choice, a second choice, and a third choice. Okay. The due date has not changed. The due date for magnet applications is still January 10th, 2023. Okay. Um, you should start hearing from the magnet department via email regarding magnet acceptance and or not in February. Late February is when you'll get an email. So you will get an email that will tell you your child's status on the magnet site has changed. Please log into your account. And then you can log into your account and you can see whether they were accepted, not accepted, or waitlisted. Okay. Now, I want to make something abundantly clear. If you have a 6th grader or 7th grader at LEAD right now, and you plan to have them attend next year, you do not need to fill out the magnet application. Okay. Magnet applications are for brand new schools. So, 5th graders that are applying to LEAD need to fill out the magnet application. 8th graders that are applying to magnet high schools or career and technical academies, their parents need to fill out the magnet application. Okay. So if you have a 6th or 7th grader right now, they're ours, and we keep them until you withdraw them or they move on to high school. Okay. Um, if you have a current lead navigator and then they have a sibling that's in 5th grade that wants to come to lead next year, yes, you need to use that magnet application to apply for your current 5th grader. All right, now please keep in mind this is different than the online registration, or what we call OLR. That that particular application usually comes out around April. That's for the school district. That is not for the magnet department. That does not determine whether your child gets accepted to a magnet school. It's basically to keep your child in CCSD. And regardless of your child's status, everybody needs to fill out an OLR for every child, every student. Okay, so I want to make that clear. Magnet application is different than online registration. Okay. I'm talking to my 8th grade parents right now. If you've not yet been, I highly suggest that you get on my Canvas page. It's the Upper Yardsman. Um, I've got lots of information on my page about Magnet High School and magnet applications and the process. I've got all kinds of information from all different sources. If you are observing your child on my Canvas page, and you have access to this, if you're not observing your child on my Canvas page, have your child log in with their account, and then you'll be able to see what I'm posting. Okay? I've got, like I said, I've got really important information up there. Okay. Coach T, Coach Tarboro, he is our Safe Schools professional. He wanted me to let you know that every other month he puts out a mental health newsletter. Okay. This is sent to parents through the Parent Link system. So you should get an email when it's ready, with a link to access to the newsletter. Okay. I don't know when the next one is due. I think one went out in September, so I'm assuming it'll be November. Will be the next one. It is bi-monthly, but there are important notices. There's important information in there. It's relevant to our navigators. So, Coach T highly recommends that you check out that newsletter. All right, let's wrap it up with some important dates for you. So, first of all, this Friday, October 28th, Nevada Day. Nobody comes to school on Friday. Okay. Next Monday is Halloween. Students are allowed to wear their costumes to school, but as has been the case, they cannot wear masks, they cannot have face paint, and they cannot bring any weapons, even fake weapons. Those three are not allowed. Costumes are fine, but no masks, no face paint, no weapons. All right, Tuesday, November 8th. So we're into November now. That is a staff development day. So your kids do not have to come to school on the 8th of November. We'll be here, but they won't. And now that same week, Friday, the 11th, in observance of Veterans Day, there's no school for anybody. Okay, so those are some important dates. All right, want to thank you for watching this presentation and taking the time out. There's our contact information. As always, email is the best way to get a hold of us, and you can see our addresses right there on the screen. Our Q&A for this particular cast off will take place next Thursday, November 3rd at 9:30 in the morning. So it will be a Google Meet. All four of us should be there. You never know with schedules, but the plan is for all four of us to be there, and we can answer your questions live. Excuse me. So bring your questions, and we will do our best to address them. A Google form will go out soon where you can express your interest in joining us for the live Q&A. And following that, you will get an invite to the Google Meet. Okay? So, thanks once again. If your child is participating in trick or treating next Monday, hope they have a happy and safe experience. And we will talk to you again soon. Thank you very much.